Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Saturday the 24th of May 2025. In today's Millwall news, not much, but there is something, and it's something regarding the future, and that's next season. Next season, the 25-26 EFL Championship. This is from wikipedia.org. We now have it's been decided who will be going up to the Premier League in the Championship playoff final, and that's Sunderland. The game was today. They reversed it from the normal. Normally it's on Bank Holiday Monday. Decided not to do that this year for some reason, and it actually went first. This went first on Saturday. It was played today, and Sunderland won it in quite dramatic fashion in the dead of injury time. 90 plus 5 minutes. Saw that, big mistake by Sheffield United. Kiefer Moore gave the ball away, and then when they weren't expected it, and Sunderland just went through the middle, and the guy slotted it into the corner of the goal. Insane finish. And now Sunderland they kind of stunk up the last month or 2 months of the season, really. Because they'd already guaranteed their place in the playoffs. They literally had nothing to play for. Sheffield United was still huffing and puffing and trying to get that second, first, or even first place. And, they missed out. They messed up. And we helped do that, I think. Our defeat of them late in the season was kind of like a catalyst for their end of season run falling apart, and their manager going a bit loopy-loo. So, happy days. So what that means is we will be playing Sheffield United tomorrow if we go down and see next season. This is next season's league. These are the teams in the league. There is one place to be decided. We are nearly there to confirm our away trips for next season. And I can tell you now, that last one, number 24, will be a London team. It's either going to be Charlton Athletic or Leyton Orient. Those teams are playing tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So by 3 o'clock tomorrow, we will know every single team that's in the Championship next season. So what that does, if we go back up to the map, you can see the furthest away trip that we have, Sunderland away. We ain't got it next season. That means now the furthest is Middlesbrough, and probably Wrexham and Preston. Swansea looks quite far, but I don't think it is that far. And that means Sheffield United stay down, and they've got two derby games next season, which probably may affect their run in the league. You've got quite a few Midlands teams next season. We got Birmingham coming in and Leicester City coming in. There is some talk that Leicester City may be given a 15-point penalty deduction for their financial situations. So that would be interesting. Almost certainly. But yeah, it's looking good, isn't it? It's looking good. It is looking good. So it's going to be us, QPR, and either Charlton or Leyton Orient as the London teams for next season. So there you go. Now, moving on to this. A Millwall player has won something this season. And I mean, when I say won something, I don't mean player of the season. I mean a medal. A medal. Obviously, we've had Tom Lee. He was in the National League South playoff final. They lost to Boreham Wood. He was in Maidstone on loan. I think Henry Hearn was on loan to Hornchurch, who were in the Essex Senior Cup final. But I didn't play because he was injured at the time. And I'm not even sure if they won it. But we have a winner in Kevin Nisbet, and the Daily Record are smart enough to put Kevin Nisbet's name in the title of the story, because they obviously know Millwall fans will be interested in that, and it'll get them the clicks. So, yeah, if you didn't know, today was Cup final day in Scotland. They do it the old-fashioned way, where the season ended last week, and then a week later you have the Cup final. Remember that? Remember those days? Yeah, when there was structure and order in the world. Yeah, they still do that in Scotland. So there you go. And I watched the first half, and Kevin Nisbet did start the game. I watched the first half, and Aberdeen were, after the first 5 minutes, they were all backs to the wall. They were under the cosh, wave after wave. They had 10 men or 11 men behind the ball. Yeah, not the best of games. They even though Celtic couldn't really do much, and they scored from an own goal at a corner. And after half time, I didn't come back. And I'm keeping track on the score on my phone, and I see, it's 1-1, and then that's 1-1 gone into extra time, and then obviously by this time Kevin Nisbet's been subbed off, so it's 1-1 going into extra time. It goes to penalties. I switched the channel over to watch the penalties, because who doesn't love a good old penalty shootout? And Aberdeen beat him on penalty shootouts. The Celtic guy, the Celtic missed their first penalty, and then, well, they didn't miss it because he got saved. To be fair, the Aberdeen keeper, did okay, saved it, and then I think he saved the fourth one as well. And that was it. Good night, Vienna. So yeah, Aberdeen are Celtic treble busters, as Kevin Nisbet helps Dons to first Scottish Cup win since 1990. Well, I don't think he wasn't involved in the goal, because I don't think he was on the pitch at the time. So I don't know how he helped them. Well, I guess to some extent he did. I think obviously he scored in previous rounds. But yeah, this is from the dailyrecord.co.uk, which is a Scottish national paper. The Cambuslang Star, on loan from Millwall, was part of the Don side as they stunned Celtic. Cambuslang star Kevin Nisbet helped Aberdeen lift the Scottish Cup for the first time since 1990. Wow, that's a long time ago. With a penalty shootout win over Celtic, the Dons destroyed Celtic's treble hopes at Hampden, winning 4-3 in the shootout after a lacklustre 90 minutes saw both sides concede from own goals. Alfie Dorrington knocked the ball into his own net late in the first half, and after the break, Hoops goalkeeper Kasper Schmeichel produced a howler in the 83rd minute when he turned the cross into the Celtic goal to send the clash to extra time. Neither side could be separated in the additional period, despite Dante Polvara firing just over for the Pittodrie men and Jeff Slupp hitting the bar for Celtic, but the Dons delivered in the shootout. Dimitar Mitov was the hero as he saved from Celtic skipper Callum McGregor and Alistair Johnson from the spot, sparking wild scenes in the red end of Hampden Park. And there's a picture there of Kevin Nisbet. Article continues below. Nisbet, who lost the 2021 Scottish Cup final to St Johnstone when he was at Hibs, started the game for the Dons, but the 28-year-old Millwall loanee was substituted after 79 minutes for Dante Polvara. It is Celtic's first Scottish Cup final defeat since 2002 and Aberdeen's first win since 1990 when, coincidentally, not ironically, it's coincidentally, they beat the Hoops on penalties. They won that one 9-8 in the shootout after a 0-0 draw. And then they've got interviews with Mitov, the goalkeeper who saved the two penalties. And he talks about the manager. He says he's the best manager I've worked with on a day-to-day basis. How he manages us, how he trains us, and the little details he puts in. He always said, when we win the final, there were no ifs. That mentality, went to the boys, and we believed it. And everyone said, when or not if. And that was the turning point today. So there you go. What does this mean? What does it mean? Well, here you go. I'll just show you, 1-1 after extra time. Aberdeen win 4-3 on penalties. There's highlights, which you can get on BBC iPlayer if you wanted to watch it. But like I said, if you're looking for the Kevin Nisbet highlights, there won't be much of them, because the game was it wasn't that good, to be honest. It also confirms Aberdeen will have European League football next throughout this autumn and gives manager Jimmy Teedon silverware in his first season in charge. I don't think they will. I'm pretty sure they still have to qualify. Or no, maybe they will go in the Conference League if they get knocked out of the Europa League qualifying. That may be the situation. And we'll see in a minute. I'm not going to read all this because, all I'm interested in really is the Kevin Nisbet angle. What's the angle? Exactly. On the morning of the match, the club's most successful ever manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, delivered a message to the squad to try and raise the Aberdeen of old who came to Glasgow and conquered. Well, there you go. How about that? Why not? Yeah. And here we go. So these are ratings, but these ratings are voted for by users of the BBC website. And Kevin Nisbet got a 6.59 just for the Aberdeen players. So you can see the goalkeeper obviously saved the 2 penalty shootout, so he gets the highest vote. But then you look, the striker who came on for Kevin Nisbet gets 7.09. And Kevin Nisbet gets a 6.59. Yeah, he wasn't... Like I said, it's a weird one. He doesn't play that well, but over the season he can score goals. And moving on to this. So this is the Europa League qualifying phase for next season. And like I said, Aberdeen now have European football. Why do I care about that? Why am I telling you about that? Well, it might give them some money so that they can buy Kevin Nisbet. Now, highly unlikely that Kevin Nisbet will be coming back. He seems to be enjoying himself. So, obviously, if he wants to go back to Scotland, why not go back to Scotland? As long as we get a fair old chunk of money back, I'm not really bothered. But here's the thing. So if we go down and then we'll go back up. So Aberdeen are here. Exactly. They're in a playoff round, which is, you got the first qualifying round, you got the second qualifying round, you have the third qualifying round, which includes champions. I think that's, as it says there, losers of the Champions League qualifying round. So some decent teams coming in. And then Aberdeen come in the playoff round, where they've got to play, losers of the Champions League third qualifying round. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy. They've got 2 games to play to try and win the tie to go into the Europa League proper, the actual Europa League. If we go down, you can see here. So here we go. Aberdeen are in this section. 24 teams will play in the playoff round. Seeding of the teams will be based on their UEFA club coefficients. Before the draw, UEFA may form, etc., etc. So yeah, these are the teams that are in it. Some ain't even been included yet, because the cup finals haven't been held in Switzerland or whatever. 12 winners of the third qualifying round and 6 losers of the Champions League third qualifying round. And then Aberdeen will have to play one of those teams if they get through. But here's the thing. If we go back up, when are the games going to be taking place? The 4th of August and the 20... Oh, no, that's the draw date. Never mind that. The games will take place on the 21st of August and the 28th of August. Aha. When does the transfer window close? It closes on the 1st of September, does it not? Aha. By the time the transfer window closes, Aberdeen will know if they are going to be in the Europa League. But here's the rub as well. How do they get to the Europa League? Can they do it without Kevin Nisbet? So what happens next season? If Kevin Nisbet does want to go to Aberdeen, maybe he's going to use his success at Aberdeen to try and go to somewhere else. But he's running out of clubs in Scotland. He's been at Hibs, he's been at Dunfermline, he's been at Aberdeen now. And will he go to Rangers? There has been talk about Rangers. That seems to be, I don't know, maybe his agent trying to get that going. But if he does go back to Aberdeen, let's say they want to buy him, here's catch-22. Let's say they need Kevin Nisbet for these games to help them try and win it, to get them into the Europa League proper, so they have money to then buy him. But then, what if they don't win these games? What if they don't go through? Then they don't have the money, so how do they pay for him? So could we be looking at a situation much like where we had with Zion Fleming, where we loan Kevin Nisbet to Aberdeen, and then there's a deal that if they get or after maybe in January they complete the deal, maybe it's conditional on whether they go through in the Europa League or some other thing, and then they pay a transfer fee and the deal becomes permanent. That kind of situation, you know what I mean? Or they try to do this without Kevin Nisbet once they go through, and then on the 29th of August they call up and, hey, we're going to have some money, let's make an offer for Kevin Nisbet. Interesting stuff. We'll see what happens. Like I said, he didn't really show up in the game today. He started, but he got subbed off after 79 minutes. But he has been pretty decent goal scorer for them this season. And we're just going to finish the video today by looking at this. This is from fbref.com. And you can see here Kevin Nisbet there, 1,954 minutes, which is 21 games, 21.7 games if you work out games to 90 minutes. He scored 11 goals. He's the only player they have that's in double figures. He's got 5 assists, which again is second in the assists. If we can rank that, we'll just do that. Well, he's third in assists or second because they have a joint first. So, he helps create goals as well. So, it's not that he's a greedy bastard with the 11 goals. He's helping other players out as well. And none of those are penalty kicks, by the way. None of them are penalty kicks. So, you can see he's, in terms of production, the production is there. And this is just in the league. This doesn't include cup games. They did get to the cup final. I think, no, they got to 2 cup finals, didn't they? Didn't they get to the League Cup finals or maybe the League Cup semi-final? Something like that. I lose track of all these games up there. Because the other cup final was in like January. The League Cup final was very weird up there. But yeah. So if you go per 90 minutes, 0.51. What that is a goal every 1 goal every 2 games. He scores half a goal every game, which is 1 in 2. Now that player that's above him is a very weird player. It's basically a pygmy. The guy's like 4 foot 5 foot. He hasn't started a game. This guy, Vincente Buzajan. He's played 194 minutes as a sub, which is equivalent to 2 games, and he scored 2 goals. So he's a bit of a super sub. So that's kind of an anomaly. But then Kevin Nisbet, 0.51 goals per 90 minutes, 0.23 assists per 90 minutes, which isn't, you've got this guy who's got 6 assists, so he's the better player. Shaden Morris, Jamie McGrath, Dabe, who is he Palestinian? And then you've got Kevin Nisbet, 0.23 assists per game. So, there you go. He's pretty important in terms of, the output. He is a good player. So, again, what happens? Does he go there on loan and with the option to buy that's triggered if there's a certain things that are met, much like the Fleming deal with Millwall and Burnley? Or do they wait to see if they get through and then they'll get the money and then they'll... I guess if they get drawn against a really piss easy team and they think, well, this is going to be easy, and even then, you know, we'll see how we go. But obviously a lot of people were talking about, well, maybe he's going to come back. But then here's the thing. With Coburn and Ivanovic, I think that's working because Coburn does a lot of the work. He does a lot of the hard work, the stuff that needs to be done, and Ivanovic can shine. Now Nisbet's clearly not going to do that, so then that will be flipped, and then Ivanovic will be the one needing to do the hard work, and then Kevin Nisbet will be the one, you know, poaching off of him. So I'm not sure that's going to work out really. And obviously, if we are trying to sign Coburn, if we get some money for Nisbet, that will help. And money in, money out, striker in. So we see how we go. Obviously, no transfers yet. The transfer window opens literally next week, next Sunday, I believe. Is it Sunday? Yeah, next Sunday, the 1st of June. We have a weird transfer situation this summer. If you haven't seen the video, the transfer window is going to be opening for 10 days and then closing down again, and then reopening before closing on the 1st of September at, was it 7 p.m? So yeah, there you go. On that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.